up or down. All right, the graph gets shifted up and down. Okay, so when we add a number to the graph, just like this, so y equals a sine of theta plus k. This k is your vertical shift. It moves it up and down. All right, number 10. All right, so how much are we being shifted up? 2. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go up to 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to draw a dotted line. This is not an asymptote. It's just to help me graph my line, or my curve, sorry. Okay? All right. So where does sine start normally? 0. But I'm being shifted up 2. So this 0 gets shifted up 1, 2. What's pi over 2 normally for sine, right? And if it helps, draw a quick graph. Pi over 2, sine is 0. So pi over 2, sine is 1. So I'm going up 1. So normally I'm here, but again, I'm being shifted up how much? 1, 2. And then it goes back down to 0, but the whole graph is being up 2. It's on my dotted line. Negative 1. So down 1 from my dotted line. 0 on my dotted line. So what you want to do is think of your graph as, think of the dotted line as your pretend x-axis, right? I start at 0. I go up 1 from my dotted line. At pi, I'm at 0. Down 1 from my dotted line, 0. So this is what the graph looks like. And then we can do the negative side. Pi over 2, we're going down 1 from my dotted line, 0 on my dotted line. 3 pi over 2, up 1 from my dotted line, and back to 0, my dotted line. Okay, so think of your dashed line, dotted line, however you want to say it, as your x-axis. All right, number 11, pause the video and try it on your own. All right, so I'm going to go to negative 1 and draw a dashed line. Negative 1. I'm going to draw my dotted line through that. All right, it's a sine again. So sine starts at 0. And it goes up 1. That's my up 1. Back to 0. Down 1 from my dotted line. So I'm down here. I got to put in that negative 2. And then back. Then we can do the negative side. It goes down 1 from my dotted line. 0, my dotted line. Up 1 from my dotted line. 0. And that's the curve. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Again, pause the video and try this one on your own. Cosine of theta plus 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, why did I go up to 5? Because remember, you're going to go above the dotted line at some point. You have to go the amplitude. If this is my 0, I need to be able to do the amplitude, up 1, down 1 from there. Okay? So where does cosine normally start? At 1. But remember, again, up 1 from my dotted line. Okay? And then you hit 0, which is my dotted line. We go to negative 1, down 1 from my dotted line. 0, up 1 from the dotted line. Okay? And then you can do the negative side too. I'm going to stop though. All right, ready to get a little tricky? Challenging? All right, here we go. 2 sine theta minus 3. So now we're going to combine those two skills that we just learned. So we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and draw my dotted line. But remember, we need the amplitude in both directions. So I need to be able to go up 2 and down 2. So I'm going to put 2 more dashes. Okay. Now where does sine start? 0 on my dotted line. And then it goes up. But how much up is it going? It's going up 2 from my dotted line. I don't know how many times I can say it. So from my dotted line, up 2. Back to 0. down 2 from my dotted line, back to 0. Okay, so make sure you're not going to 2 up here. Do not go up here. It's from the dotted line. Okay, and then if you don't like it, you can erase it. But I like it. I have no problem having it on my graphs. That's how I teach my students to do it. All right, last one. Pause the video and try it on your own. All right, start with a dotted line. 1, 2. And then what's my amplitude? 3. So I need to be able to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And down 3. 1, 2, 3. Where does cosine start? It starts at 1, but here it's going to be minus 3 from the dotted line. So here's my dotted line. I'm going down 3. 1, 2, 3. That's where I'm starting. So there's down, because it's negative. Goes to 0. Goes up the opposite direction, up 3. Back to 0. And then down to the min. And that's the graph. Okay? All right, practice, 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 guys. Have a fabulous day.